Hi guys, this is Puddles from North America East server of MapleStory 2. I'm recording a play-by-play walkthrough of how my guild did Hard Zack. This is week 2, so it's a little bit cleaner than just some of the practice runs we did week 1. We did clear week 1. I think a lot of people here went 6 for 6, I think most, if not all. Our Raid 1 team's a little stronger, but our Raid 2 team's strong and competent players. This is a bit of a relaxed party where we don't really kick people for doing worse or, anything like that. We kind of just have fun. In call, they're kind of just making jokes in the lobby, talking about consumables, making sure everyone's squared away. Some people weren't using them. That might have been why the raid took longer. I don't know. I don't know what anyone else personally is doing because I only know what I can do. Before entering this raid, what you really want to make sure is you have 120 accuracy. That's the raid rec. You could have 115 before sharp eyes. You could use souvenirs. You could use like other consumables. I'm not going to get into all that. That's up to you. You need to know how to stat alone and use your Master Awakening class effectively. You need to have decent gems, decent armor, decent Lapin Shard upgrades. You need to know all that stuff that's specific about your class before even attempting this raid, because it is pretty hard. And it'll be easier when legendary weapons come out, but for now I would recommend plus 14 Ascendant as an average. Is probably, you could be plus 13 if you're a good player. And then plus 14 Epic, level 70. And I wouldn't go much lower than either of those. You'd be like an enchant below par and you wouldn't do the damage you need to. But ideally you would finish your Citadel Strike anyways, because that's probably a bad idea to just go in with 14 when you could do 15 the next week, You don't want to be a detriment to your party. You want to contribute as much damage as possible. You want to be as good on the mechanics as you possibly can be. You want a full buff if you can afford it. I'm using kind of like a good variety of items, probably like mid-high tier items, probably not the best of the best you could use. As far as Lapin Shards and consumables here, I'm using Bleach instead of Lumerigons. A few like personal customizations, but nothing specific that would really ruin my damage. Like I got my coconuts, I got my cheesecakes, I got my Lapinteers, some other stuff. I have tonics, a warrior tonic, I have a whetstone, a platinum one. And then I have a little spirit potion. I probably could have replaced that with a better damage 6% potion, but it's not that big of a deal. So we called out how we're gonna split before we even went in, and we kind of abandoned that. You'll see in a second we made some mistakes at the start. Before going in, you're gonna want to do bottom arms, then top arms, then middle arms. That's your strategy usually. How you split up for the bottom 2 arms is your own personal preference. I will say you should have most, if not all, of the party on the bottom left and right arms, and you could do 5 and 5 and evenly split based on your strength of each member in damage, and call out the arms at around like 20-ish% and make sure your DOTs and stuff don't kill it a little early, because the magma rises and it wastes time on the clear, as you'll see. Cleaned up our runs to about 12 minutes, so don't think of this as a perfect run or something to follow for S+ runs. It's just a general strategy. So at the start here, I have pretty fast load time, and I made a mistake here. I didn't grab Holy Symbol. Priest will probably place that top arm platform, so that the people who move over to the right, if you're splitting your party, you can grab it in time before they move over to the portal. That's kind of the universal spot right now. I jumped right down to a neutral arm. I didn't see an element of my type. If I did, Priest is applying Purifying Light to all the arms, the elemental ones, so that the people with the elemental damage can neutralize them to 30%. You want to take advantage of the damage multipliers and debuffs whenever they're up. You see Azu made that mistake on his arm. He kind of overcommitted and he might have used a stronger skill and didn't really take it carefully. Not a huge deal. I'm wondering if we should commit to the run right now. I'm on the ice. Sorry this goes by so fast. It's just a lot happened at the start. I want to get it all in. I'm waiting for the magma to despawn. I'm not really committed to this arm because I know we're out of sync. The reason you clear bottom, top, middle is mostly because of the debuffs they apply. So I had poison here. It's above my elixirs and my hotbar on the bottom right. It's green. It's that little red meter when that red circle around my entire character there. When it happens, it'll knock you back some HP. You need some good heals, cheesecakes, laughing tears. You need to isolate yourself, and I went north for that. You can go south. You just go wherever the party isn't, and you don't want to block off critical points of access. Like if someone was respawning in there, I would want to get further up and, out of the way. If someone was trying to use the ladder or a portal, you would not want to be in front of one of those, so just go up. If the party is needs to be up for whatever reason, go down or kill yourself in the lava. Those are your options. You see Homo sapiens doing it right now, our heavy gunner, Ty. He's a good distance away from me where he can still keep uptime. You'll see this decision come back to bite us in a second. Again, I'm taking rocks. I feel kind of self-conscious about it when Azu calls me out on it a lot, but see, that's why I went forward right there. Yeah, not a big deal though. The hand slam is pretty telegraphed. You shouldn't get hit by that. I just like to be there because of snipe and archer specific things. See, Ty's right here for uptime because he's good damage, but he probably should have went north on the ladder before any of that even happened, because watch. They killed the right arm, the magma tried to spawn, and we all had to jump, and so I got it first, and then Hip got it. Bless his soul, he died. Our assassin. It sucks, but there wasn't a lot either of us could do. Ty probably should have left a little earlier, but he wouldn't have known because we probably didn't call out on the right fast enough. And killed him in sync. So I'm lying down there because the magma's still despawning. Don't activate any bursts right here. This is the holy symbol spot. You can do it left or right depending on where the majority of your party wants to go. Doesn't matter. And depending on your physical magic users, you want a good mix for this dungeon. We didn't have that. That's why our party comp isn't that great. But so the block wore off a few seconds ago. I didn't call that, sorry. I'm walking into all of my dodges with those vertical attacks, like the totems and the lightning pillars. Once the block wears off, you just want to use all your burst skills and all that. Your rooted strength, all of your consumables and stuff. Giganticas. So he said he was beyond all magic. That's a audio call out. That means that you send your magic users all the way to the right, and your physical users stay on the boss. I'll get more into the specific debuffs and all that. I hopefully can condense it very quickly in one take. Walked into my dodge. I didn't dodge, I just walked because I have move speed buff on. Could even be in a club if you wanted to for the extra move speed. So here I go in closer to Zakum. I accidentally hit him with my evasive salvo. That's just an archer dodge related move that accidentally hit him. So I missed for a little bit there. Your green person here would be clearing the totem on the left because green clears totems. Any debuff can hit boogies as long as they're positioned right. And it's the right type for your class, I guess. You can clear them if it's not the right type, if you're a magical user and it's physical boogies and vice versa. It's just more ideal to be on the boss during that point. If that makes any sense, hopefully that's the briefest summary I can give of that. So I'm red debuff, I'm on the boss. If I had hit that Covenant totem instead of the boss when I have red, I would get lots of accuracy loss. Wouldn't be good. I think I tanked this totem. Someone call me out, maybe. I don't remember, they call me out a lot. They just don't want me to die, they care. They don't know how much things I can really tank. Yeah, he calls me out here. And then everyone's following me up here to the totems. That's how fast you want to be on them once you get green. You want to be right there, quick. I missed because I got hit by a lightning here. I think it was just stressful because I heard my name in the raid, and I don't really like being talked to during calls when I can help it, because I don't know if it's a crucial call out. I try to just ignore them and do what I can on my own, because I know what I'm doing. I've done pugs before and stuff. Weird flex, but okay. So totem's down. I tried to use my arrow rain there. I think I might have done it successfully in this run a few times to block the knockback when he made the call out. The boss, that is. So now I'm on a neutral arm. You didn't see a lot of me taking out elemental arms. You might see like one later in the run where there's a fire up. But if it's a neutral arm, any class can hit it. I should address that. Hip went up there, he segregated himself for the poison, which was good. No mistake there. And if you get rid of it right away, I mean, it can just be one person who gets it. You won't spread it to anyone else and have big mistakes. So if it's up to you and it means wiping the party or dying, you could choose to die in the lava. I tried to dodge into the laser there. That was dodgeable. I just didn't really want to die in the laser just to dodge an accuracy debuff. I kind of took the loss. Here I have green. I'm just clearing totems. This is more of that. It repeats itself if you don't have enough damage to really do this, like the burst on the boss effectively to the point where you can stop these phases. Sometimes you can get stuck in boogie hell if you don't have enough damage for just totems and boogies all day. We decided to stack right because most of the party was right, but you could have stacked left. It doesn't really matter which side. You want to stack wherever your priest is. I popped a rooted strength. I couldn't dodge that. I just decided to tank the lightning again after that. The timing on that lightning wave dash, I mean, I got it sometimes I don't. It's just really dependent on a lot of things. It's not really the end of the world if you miss it there, because it's pretty clustered. Like, you're between a laser and stuff. Some classes have it easier than others. You could probably mount run it. I've done it before, but like there's other ways to do it. You can dodge up 2 ladders. Like I think I do it here. Yep, there we go. Then I go in the portal and I end up getting it anyways, which is kind of stupid, but don't mind me. I make some mistakes. So I'm back on the party. I lost them for a little bit when I made that mistake. So physical ads are up and I'm red. I can't hit that totem, so I decided, well, I can't do anything here. I could kill myself, that might have been ideal. I didn't want to do it. I decided to go back on the boss until they really took care of that, because I couldn't get there effectively. You want to clear that middle version of that horizontal totem first, because then the boogie clearers can get up that ladder on the other side faster. I didn't go back over yet. Because I was red, I could do that. I can hit the boss because I'm red. I ended up getting lightning because no one really warned and it just happens. It's unfortunate. I get hit by a lot of lightning in this run, so sorry. Some runs are better than others. Yep, right there I got hit by it again. I kind of just decided at that point I should just accept my death because I wasn't going for S+ or anything. And it was getting really frustrating getting accuracy debuffed and trying to clear that totem that no one else could get because they didn't have their Gigantica up. I didn't use mine here. I think in this run I didn't use them a lot. I probably should have. I usually do. It's just sometimes you make different mistakes than others. Right there, see how I got the dodge? I was even in rooted strength, I think. I'm neutral, so I was on boss for a second there, but then I decided I don't have anything above my head. I can go help with those totems. Then I use my Gigantica on something effective. I like to use it on 2 totems at once. Then I just went back to the neutral arms because they're up. You always want to clear arms if they're up. And you have no debuff, like no green or anything. I went up 2 ladders to dodge the lightning, again, putting that into practice. Oh, look at that, that was beautiful, but unfortunately I didn't need the uptime anyways. Like, I had a nice arrow rain cast there to not get hit by knockback, but he was in block mode, so it didn't matter. Dodged up 2 ladders. Instead of climbing down the ladders, which would have been slower, I just went to the left side, dropped down. Holy Symbol's down there. I would have placed Sharp Eyes if it was off cooldown. I think UCD probably had it covered. Boogie, I probably didn't realize it for a second. There we go. I'm on, I mean the totem, sorry. So this helps the party get out of this spot right here. If you're green, you really want to get on that right away. You want to kind of stand where I'm standing. You don't have to if you're melee. I like to. I ate a lot of lightning just because it was cramped. I didn't really feel like dodging out into my death. There are like optimal ways to kill yourself in this run, and a lot of places like where you could probably be better on like running around the map and getting on top of stuff. I mean, a good pug party does that, and that's what separates people who are clearing from people who just end up clearing totems and boogies all day. Just being on stuff on time and saving your Gigantica for the right spots. So here it's pretty close. It gets a little bit more hectic because runs shouldn't really be that close, but we made the mistake at the start. I was just trying to kind of find where I should be for a second. Arms were up, I decided with that. The order of these arms at the end doesn't matter half as much because they're kind of weaker. You didn't see a lot of the reverse mechanics, but I'm not going to go into that. It's kind of like pink bean in the ladder. Look at me walking through the vertical totems again. Here, he might spawn a last set of ads. You see I opened my minimap just to like really clarify if there were arms or something up. The firearm disappeared right away. It was unfortunate. I didn't get really like any padded damage that run as far as total goes, but it doesn't matter because the party cleared and I did my job. I started totem clearing, realized that totem was almost dead, and I was like, yeah, there's 5% HP. You get to a point where you're in a really close run, don't clear the last set of ads, just have everyone on the boss. If you're that close, like only with a smidgen of his health, you can't really do it otherwise. I think a lot of our people on the boss at the end here were doing most of the damage, and we got the run done that way. I've seen too many parties fail just to trying to clear that last set of ads instead of actually staying on the boss. So it was an A clear. It wasn't like a good time or anything, but I think like you can learn a lot from it if you're a mid-core player. If you're a S+ player, or you're in a better guild who does faster runs, for sure, like ignore all this advice, but comment if you have any corrections or any meta strategies, elite universal tips on where to stand and positioning. But this is about it for the clear. I have my damage and stuff. Nothing's hidden. It's all right there. I'm going to post the other perspective of just with comms if you want to listen to that, if you learned that way. But other than that, thanks for watching, and goodbye.